Over to point number 2 now. We are going to see Yuri versus Yuri. Not something you'd expect. Now, faction matchups here, we're doing Yuri's Revenge. Players are picking their own factions. For those of you guys who aren't kind of familiar with the competitive side of Yuri's Revenge, Red Alert 2 games, the map picks and the faction picks are huge. What faction you're going to play and on what specific maps. There's maps that are heavily faction leaning. So this map specifically, now any map where there's naval, Yuri's scary because of the boomers. So the boomers are basically dreadnoughts that are stealth. They shoot rockets. They're insane. So you saw Marsh there went ABY, was going to go allied, and then he was like, okay, I can't play against Yuri on this map. So Latov going Yuri, so then Marsh had to match with Yuri. So the faction maps, the map picks, that's a huge part of the competitive scene here. And again, what you're seeing is Marsh, who wanted to go ABY, not going allied just because of, on this map, the Yuri Navy is going to be too scary. Now, generally speaking, Allied versus Yuri is always difficult. You want to play Soviet versus Yuri or Mirror Yuri. But we are going to see a Yuri mirror here. Yuri versus Yuri, which is not something you see very often, to be honest. A lot of players don't like playing this. So even a Yuri-leaning player, if their opponent goes Yuri, they'll oftentimes switch it up. But anyway, Yuri versus Yuri here. Someone asking in the chat how there was a paradrop in that last game. That paradrop was, there's an airport pre-captured. The airport tech building gives a paradrop in addition to the Allied AFC. So if you have the Allied Air Force, then you're going to get both. Some early initiates out here. Nothing too crazy. Yuri's all about getting that early economy up, getting the slave miners out. So you see both players getting on those gems early on here and just getting a big economy behind them. That's how you want to play Yuri, so that when you do switch over to tech, you can quickly get your discs out, get your super weapons out, and kind of go from there. Quick reminder, guys, this is part of the January Red Alert 2 World Series event number 15. 15 months in a row we've been running tournaments here. We got $400 in prizes going out this month, and we got divisions for all skill levels. We got Red Alert 2, we got Blitz, and we got Yuri's Revenge. We've had a lot of good games so far, and the fun's just starting. We're actually just working kind of through the prelims right now. Actually, this game specifically... Oh, I can't show my brackets. Anyway, I'll show the brackets after this, but this is a semi-final game here. But yeah, we have all the different divisions. So the pros, even if they, if Latov loses out of Yuri's Revenge, he still has a chance to win in Red Alert 2 and Blitz. So 3 different game modes in all these different divisions kind of makes it fun, gives us lots of games to enjoy. We're just kind of working through these early prelim semifinals. So that's why you're seeing a bit of kind of matches that are a little scary, right? Marsh versus Latov, statistically speaking, Latov's definitely a favorite, but that's just how it works early on in the tournament. Marsh gets that chance to prove himself, to try to go for the upset, but of course Latov is the statistical favorite. You don't want to run a tournament where the 2 best players knock each other out right away. So as the month boils down, guys, stick around the end of this month when we get into the finals. You'll be seeing the big dogs all face off against each other. So the action only gets better as we move throughout the month. So stick around for that. Like I said, I'm streaming every couple days. So stick around. I'm excited to see where this month takes us. Now the boomer's out, so you see it shoots the rockets and then it disappears. So that's what's scary about it. Now if this was a dreadnought, and now you see Marsh just shooting the water. Now, if this was a dreadnought, you'd see it and you could kill it, but you don't know where it is. So that's why you see Marsh having to bounce around and try to find it. So both players getting the usual repertoire here together: mags, gats, and masterminds. Yeah, nothing too crazy so far. This is an interesting map. Until the bridges are repaired, it's a little bit cut off. You see a lot of the action here on the left side, but once these bridges open up, things can go quick. So Marsh going to hop in with his own naval yard now, so now both players in the water. I do like the Yuri naval yard. I think that's one of the cooler looking naval yards in the game. Yeah, well, Yuri's got cool buildings altogether. The Battle Lab, I really like the Yuri Battle Lab as well. All right, so super weapons in play now. We do see a Genetic Mutator for Marsh, Psychic Dominator, and Mutator for Latov on the top side. Now, the Mutator, for any of you guys unfamiliar at the top level, generally speaking, you're going to use the Mutator to mutate your slaves and then grind them, just to get a nice little chunk of money. That's one of those things you see on the YouTube videos, like 5 pro tricks players don't know. Mutate your slaves, grind them up, get a nice little money kick. But of course, the brutes do make a good fodder. They can certainly be used to attack as well. So discs coming in now, discs pouring out from Marsh. Marsh puts himself broke, so I think you will be seeing Marsh use his Genetic Mutator for some money, you'd think. Marsh is gearing up an attack here. Does he have an engineer, though? There's no engineer ready to rock and roll. Boomers out now. These boomers are probably going to try to target the army. Yeah, they are going to try to target the army a little bit. So, pretty even. What do you guys think the army's right now? Pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. If similar on discs. Latov definitely has a naval advantage here. the naval advantage, but hasn't been able to get too much value out of it. Ooh, and so he's able to trap. He's able to get him. Oh, drops it on his army, though. Ooh, loses a couple tanks, but he does finally put a stop to some of those annoying boomers. Of course, Latov now on 10K. Latov with significantly better economy behind him here. Marsh putting himself broke. And that's just going to come down to experience with the faction and build orders, and also some map awareness there as well. Marsh definitely doesn't play Yuri as much as Latov, and so you're seeing Latov's build just paying off here and paying dividends as we move into the mid-game. 10K in the bank, certainly where you want to be. Big engagement here, though, and Marsh getting some stuff done. Nice use of those mags, the gats, the discs, the mastermind. Oh, he's microing the mastermind. And there's so many little things that go on in these battles. It's to the untrained eye, even myself as a non-Yuri player, is difficult to follow here. But the mags, when they lift enemy units, you have to constantly tell them to switch, so you're juggling the enemy units so they can't attack. They can't attack while they're in the air. So you have to juggle the enemy units while your gats shoot them while they're in the air. Now, if your mastermind starts taking units, your mastermind can only hold so many units before it starts to blow up, basically. So as soon as your mastermind takes a unit, you want to kill that unit. You don't want to just take over units forever. So that constant juggling with the mags, microing to send the discs to attack the correct targets, while also making sure your masterminds don't get overloaded. You know, a lot of people think, say, Yuri's OP. Ooh, nice Psychic Dominator hit there. Good little offensive value. Now the boomers back down. Marsh using these discs to counter the boomers. We're trading Psychic Dominators. Both players getting some decent value there. So Marsh's attack was going well, but that economy behind Latov was just able to keep him in this. Now Latov does put himself broke, and things have switched. Marsh now on 8K. That airport's going to go down. It was a bit annoying there if you guys didn't catch it. Marsh actually had the airport, built a barracks, built an engineer, repaired that bridge, and jumped over for that attack. Pretty good attack, but like I said, didn't get too much offensive value out of it realistically. So did both players lose their battle labs? I think the Psychic Dominators took battle labs for both players. Yeah, I think they did. So both players lost their battle labs. Now you see like a little bit of a lull as these players are both kind of rebuilding a little bit. That battle lab obviously going to cut off some of the units they were building. Yeah, so Yuri, though, you know, the argument of Yuri being OP. Oh, and he genetic mutates to attack the War Factory. Oh, and he is going to get it. Oh! Down to one tick. Does save that War Factory. Very nice. Ooh, there's an elite gap that is mind controlled right now. That's nice. So yeah, that argument of Yuri being OP versus other factions or things like that. Obviously, it's very annoying to play. Oh, and the offensive genetic mutator on the top side as well. And Marsh gets a lot of value out of his genetic mutation. His genetic mutation. I'm not sure the tense to use there. All right, so now Latov pushing on the right side. These brutes are still uncontested, but they are going to go down. That elite gat going to gobble them up. And now we're going to push in on these miners. Marsh needs to be careful here. Marsh needs to be oh, and he does. So he dives on the boomers. So Latov not microing his boomers. The boomers go down, and we now have an elite mag, which is very nice. Ooh, but on the backside, Marsh's economy is going to take a couple hits here. Loses a couple miners in that exchange, which can be tough. And obviously, all factions money matters, but the Yuri, especially in a mid-late game, is so expensive to maintain with your tech tanks and your discs. So losing miners like that, very, very unfortunate. Now, Latov with a bit of a split here. He's got a pretty ominous group of discs here hovering over the water, which Marsh definitely needs to respect. But, yeah, this army down here as well. Now, it's interesting. Latov's not destroying Marsh's oil. Maybe he's going to try to get an engineer in and steal it. We shall see. Anyway, like I was saying, yes, Yuri is very annoying. Many people argue that Yuri is overpowered, but the point is, at the end of the day, is in these attacks, there is so much going on, so much finesse. If you watch these players' point of view, the pro players playing Yuri, it actually is a true work of art, the way they have to juggle all the different units in the attacks. It is pretty fun to see. So Yuri, yeah, it can be annoying as a player, but as a spectator, once you kind of start to appreciate the nuances of what these players are having to do, it is kind of its own work of art. So the brutes are out now. You saw Marsh, he mutated his own slaves, and now going to bring the brutes in as fodder. A very nice defensive maneuver here. The discs are the problem right now. That's a lot of discs. Psychic Dominator does take the battle lab again. That's going to cut off Latov's discs. You do need the battle lab to build the discs. So the discs should slow down here. It's a lot of gats, though. The gats are good anti-air weapons. Ooh, bit of pathing issues, though. But Marsh way ahead right now. And there goes Latov's army. Now Latov has to be careful. Latov's too strung out. Look at this right now. Look at all these miners. Time to go hunting, Marsh. Time to go hunting, buddy. And what an absolute slugfest so far. Both players going at each other. Ooh, and Latov has another wave coming. Okay, I didn't see Latov's second army. I forgot about second army. Saw first army, forgot about second army. Not sure why Latov didn't look to reinforce. He kind of left that army strung out. I'm not sure why his reinforcements didn't come earlier. That elite Gat does go down. Now trading mag shots, trading mastermind shots. Very nice unit control here from Latov. You see Latov edging in with those masterminds, capturing the Gats, and then destroying the Gats so his masterminds don't get overloaded. Still, these discs in play are very scary, and Marsh, you can sense him just having to keep an eye over his shoulder, keep an eye on these discs, and Marsh now sending in the miners. Marsh is now sending in the miners here to try to slow things down. This could be the attack that decides the game. Both players feel it right now. When you start sending the miners in, that's when you know this is a ride or die situation, and Marsh's army is getting so elite right now. So many elite units in here, but the discs get on the backside. The discs are now on the backside. I'm not sure if he sold the MCV or it was destroyed, but Marsh needs to be careful here. That's his last war factory. Marsh pulls the Gats back. Ooh, it's not going to matter. So the Gats get pulled back to deal, and now the Gats melting those discs. Oh, several elite Gats in there, but now, oh, Marsh with no production now, boys. Marsh does have his super weapons left. He does have a barracks left. So, and Marsh, yeah, Marsh in a ride or die situation here, just kind of forced to push in. Now using the miners as fodder, throwing those out in front. He's got a couple elite mags. He's got some masterminds. He's got some Gats. He's got a nice little bundle here. The problem is there's no reinforcements coming, at least not from anywhere except the barracks. And you don't want the reinforcements from the barracks in these late game situations, of course. So we'll see what Marsh can do. Now Marsh needs to be careful, obviously. He needs to respect Latov in this position, but at the same time, he's got to go. He's got to go. The longer this game goes, obviously, the more it's going to be in Latov's favor. Latov doesn't have... Yeah, Latov's still on pretty heavy production. 4 war factories and more discs coming. So the problem now is that if Marsh... Latov's looking just to send the discs around and take out the buildings, right? The Brute's going in doing work. The Psychic Dominator hit. Very, very nice. Ooh, and another Psychic Dominator. So Marsh now low power. He might have already been low power, actually. Marsh with no power. So Marsh's super weapons are now offline. That very, very unfortunate. And the problem here is that Marsh only has 4 buildings. Marsh only has 4 buildings. So if Latov can backdoor, go for a base trade here, all he has to do is click down those last 4 buildings and he'll win this game. But Marsh doing everything he can in this position. Oh, don't lose. Oh, and Latov, you see Latov just continuing to redraw the line and retreat here. Obviously, he knows he just has to stay alive. This is the last of Marsh's army. Marsh pushing in. Marsh pushing in. Oh my god, can he do it, boys? Can he do it? The discs defending. And Latov's dead broke, you guys. Latov is dead broke right now. Okay, so yeah, so Latov is going to go for... I'm surprised. Why doesn't Latov go for a base trade? Where are Latov's boomers? Latov's boomers can come down and just take out his base. Marsh still pushing in. Marsh could win this. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. Why doesn't Latov go for a base trade? Doesn't he have any boomers left? He might not have any boomers left. Oh my god, Marsh is going to win this. Latov's still broke. The MCV goes down. Now, he still has a way to go. Oh my god, the MCV's running. Okay, the MCV... Okay, the MCV goes down. Barracks left now. The problem is Latov is still producing. Latov still has a barracks top left. Oh, Marsh has boomers. Wait, Marsh has boomers? Oh my god. Oh, there's his boomer. The boomer's out. The boomer's out. The barracks goes down. Marsh down to his last 3 buildings. Oh my god, you guys. You could be witnessing the closest YVY game of all time. Okay, Marsh has to win this. The only thing that Marsh has going against him is he only has a couple buildings left. So if these 3 buildings go down, he's going to lose. So if Marsh, and Marsh knows that. Marsh is trying to be careful here. Marsh, that's why he's keeping the Gats back right now. The Gats hard counter everything Latov has, right? If the boomers, you know what? Does Latov still have a boomer? I don't know. The boomers are stealth. Who knows? Oh my god, okay, the mastermind defending top left is oh my god, oh, the Psychic Dominator. The Psychic Dominator. Latov still has power? Latov still has power right now. Okay, engagement top left. These are all elite units. Initiates coming in now. Latov calling in everything he has. Latov now building Lasher tanks because he doesn't have any tech. Oh no, yeah, he does have a battle lab. He's just building, he wants Lasher tanks. He wants the Lasher tanks. Oh no. The Psychic Dominator. Oh my god, this is Marsh's last building. Marsh's last building's the Naval Yard. Marsh now pulling back to defend. Latov's still producing on the War Factory, boys. And, oh, the disc goes down. He's now microing. Oh, that's got to be it. Marsh is going to lose this one. Wow. Oh my god. That was absolutely nuts. That was absolutely nuts.
Long because